Hello, everyone. I'm glad to welcome you here today. We're going to start our video lesson just in several minutes. Let's wait for others to join us. And for now, please write to me in the chat box. How are you today? And where are you from? And also write, it's interesting to know if you are a student or a teacher. So that's always different number of students and teachers in our lessons, so I'm very interested in this. All right, I can see Larissa from Kherson. Hello, Kiev teacher. Glad to meet you, everyone. It's really interesting for me to know how many students we have today, because we welcome and teachers and students. And I understand that all the Ludmila, Zhytomyr region teacher. Hi, I'm a student, Maria. Hello, Maria. Rivna, even Rivna is with us today. Great. Hello, Olga. Krivorok, an English teacher. Irina, Yelena, teacher. All right, so since we have today more teachers, but I think that this lesson will be interesting because me personally, I have been watching this Wroclaw student. Wow, so we have even students from different countries. Nice. Today we have an international lesson, not just Ukrainian, international. Wonderful. Okay, so I think we can start. And the first thing is last time when we had the listening lesson, there were some problems. Greetings from Khmelnytsky. Hello, Ludmila. So last time we had some problems with the audio. That's why I attached the link to the video and it was sent together with the email. So you can open your mailbox now and check if you have this video, if you can turn it on and off. The video is quite long. It's about 9 minutes, but I have split it into several parts. And also we will watch small parts, then discuss them. So please check your mails. Have you got this link? Can you watch it? Does it open? Also, of course, I will turn on the video on my computer, but I'm afraid there could be some problems with the sound. In this case, you can turn off the audio in this site and listen to the video. Yes, Ludmila, as far as I understand, you have it and it works. Perfect. Lilia, the same. Great, thank you. Olga, the student. Hello, Olga, welcome. Okay, there was just some, how to say, there were just some organizational moments so we can have better lessons. And I think we can start. So the first thing is guess the answer. We don't know the answer actually, but look at these sentences. Can you check? Can you guess what the numbers are? I have no. Svetlana, you need to check your mail. There you had different links. The latest email was the link how to log into the webinar, and there below you're gonna have this link with the video. Look at the sentences. These are about tornadoes, and think what numbers do you think or what words are hidden there. What goes for number 1? So over some number of tornadoes strike American soil each year. Video works. Thanks, Marina. You have the video. Great. As far as I understand, I'm here. I'm talking a bit faster than you receive the signal. That's why there is a bit of delay. Anyway, I am waiting for your answers. The biggest number of tornadoes is usually in, what do you think, Mikita student? Hello, Mikita. Welcome. The biggest number of tornadoes is usually in, so here we need to mention to guess a state in the USA. And the last one, tornadoes are often accompanied by something, another weather thing is accompanies tornado very often. So your guesses. It's really interesting. Yes, should we give the answers in the chat? Yeah, it could be great if you give me the answers, because in this case we'll have a kind of a conversation. Thank you, Marina, for your question. We don't know the answers actually, so let's try to guess. Let's develop our thinking skills and decide what it could be. Maybe you have heard something, maybe intuition can help you. Anyway, Florida and New Jersey, thank you. I may have made a mistake in spelling. No problem, Marina, please don't worry about this right now. I guess here we have a bit different goal of the lesson. Today we develop listening skills. That's why, of course, it's better to write without mistakes, but anyway, it's not a problem. We are studying, so it's normal way of studying. Thank you for your answers. 100 Texas and wind are accompanied. Yeah. Okay, Elena, thank you very much for your answers. Are there any other guesses? 100 Texas flame or tsunami, probably. Wow, thanks, Mikhailo. 150 tornadoes, probably. Wild winds. Yeah, actually, tornado is a wind, so it is accompanied by something a bit more different. 1000, Natasha says us. Thank you. Okay. Great start. Here are the answers. So over 1,200 tornadoes strike American soil each year. The biggest number of tornadoes is usually in Texas, and tornadoes are often accompanied by hail. And there you can find the picture of the hail. So this is what happens in the world. And actually, America is a country where we have the biggest number of tornadoes. And by the way, on the National Geographic site, you can find some explanations why it is there, what happens, and so on. And today we will study a bit more about tornadoes. So thank you very much for your guesses. Everyone were really great with the question number 2. And of course, it was interesting to find out what numbers can be in your mind. Okay. Great. So let's move on. And here in the map, you can see the places where we have really lots of tornadoes, more than in any other place of the planet. Here you can see 3 different states. These are Texas, Kansas, and South Dakota. So they are all, Texas is in the south, South Dakota is more to the north, closer to north. Also Kansas in the city, but they are all really far from the ocean, from both sides. This is how it looks, and now we know where these states are in the map. Now, oh yeah, we will start watching. So if you have your audio, your video, you can watch only first 30 seconds. So here on the top, you can see in the yellow stripe, you can see the number of seconds or minutes that you need to watch. So we will watch the first only 30 seconds just to warm up. And here you can see the photo of this explorer, Tim Samaras. So he and his team investigate tornadoes. And now we need to understand why do they do that. First option, they have been fond of tornadoes since childhood. They want to help create better warning system. Warning system, it means to understand when tornado is going to be, how strong it should be, it is going to be, or they are just trying to film a documentary and they are video different material. So we have 3 options. You have 30 seconds. I'm going to turn on the video here, but if you have any problems with the sound, please watch the link that I have sent you in your in the emails.
With wind speeds of up to 300 miles an hour and billion-dollar paths of destruction, tornadoes are some of the least understood phenomena in nature. For years, meteorologists and scientists have been trying to understand how and when tornadoes form. They hope to develop more accurate warning systems that will give people sufficient time to escape. That's why tornado expert Tim Samaras and his team travel straight into the action when everyone else runs away.
So some of you wrote to me B, they want to help create better warning systems. Some of you wrote C, they're trying to film a documentary. And the correct answer, are you ready? This is B. They want to help create better warning system. It is said that there is nothing about the film. So great job, everyone. And if you need, you can watch it one more time. You will get the same link in your email. Yeah. Yes, I know this one doesn't work, but in your email it could work. If it doesn't, you can just use the right button, copy the link and paste it into the browser. Probably this how it will work, because like lots of you are using it. So they want to create better warning system to help people be quick and hide before tornado strikes. So they need to investigate it. Great job. Well done. Thank you very much. Thank you, Maria, Ksenia, Anastasia, Katya, Mikhailo, Marina. So all of you have the great answers. Now we need some vocabulary to practice before we will watch next parts of the video. Here on the left, you have different words. And on the right, there are explanations. Please be very careful. Read all the explanations and match words together with their explanations. There is no translation, but if you need help, if you still don't understand one of the words, please do not hesitate, ask me. We will help you to understand it better. Will you share the presentation? Marina, yes. If you complete the feedback form, I will get your email and I will send the presentation in several days. And your feedback form is again in your email. There are 4 different links, so please find this one. I will tell about it at the end of the lesson. So we have barometric pressure, data, forecast, humidity, meteorologist, mission, velocity, and plane. Your task is to write to me numbers and letters, so match numbers and letters. For example, A, a person whose job is to study the weather. This is 5, meteorologist, right? So we have 5A, and Natasha wrote this to me. 1C, Olga wrote 2F, 3B, 4. Okay, Irina, have everything correct? I guess we will look at the answers just in several minutes. Which of these are the new words for you? It's very interesting to know, actually. Okay, Anna, great. Ludmila, Olga, thank you. HD, a flat area of land with few trees on it. It is called plain. And to my mind, that could be one of the words with the difficulties. Okay, great, Marina, thank you. So let's look at the answer. 1C, 2F, 3B, 4E, 5A, 6G, 7H, 8D. This is how Marina, velocity is new for me. Marina, thank you. Marina, Natalia. Yeah, so lots of you really wrote to me correct answers. Great job, everyone. And now I suggest we have a bit more practice. And for this, if you are from the computer, you can use your smartphones. You will need to enter the site. I will show you it to you in a minute. If you don't have this possibility, you can open the new tab and do the task, then come back to the webinar. The same you can do actually from your computer. So let's start. I'm going to present my screen. Yes. So just 1 second. I'm turning on the presentation. This is Menti. Let's start. This is it. So you need to go to the site menti.com. Now you can see it on your screens. When you are there, you need to use the code 5305827. And your task will be to fill in the gaps with one of the words from the previous exercise. I think that, and you will have 30 seconds for that. And then you will see the correct answer. So it's interesting to know. So we have one player already, 2 players, and wow, some funny pictures. Can you choose them, or does the program do it for you? So we have spades, donut, hair, tiger. Okay, let's wait for like 3. Teachers also can join us just to practice. Fire, great. So I'm waiting for 1 more minute and we can start. You will have 30 seconds to write down the answer. You need to understand which word is missing, and then you will get the correct answer in your screen. So let's practice a bit. Because knowing words doesn't mean we can recognize them, but we can use them, we can explain them, and we can make sentences with them. Okay, 6 players, well done. Does anyone else? Oh, great, 7. So if you missed one task, it's not a problem, then you can catch us up. The site and this code is always on the screen. Okay, so I think we can start. Oh, one of you have missed. Okay, so I guess, oh yeah, here we have our donut. Okay, let's start. The highest wind, something recorded in this area, was 200 kilometers per hour. Do you remember this word? So 10 more seconds for you to answer. And here we are. And the correct answer, okay. The correct answer is velocity. The highest wind velocity or wind speed, yeah, recorded in this area was 200 per hour. So we have 1 correct answer. Great job. Rate also, I like this answer, but we are talking about velocity, right? Because rate is something a bit, maybe the how strong is the tornado is. So let's move on. I think the next one will be a bit less complicated. So there, something is high today, so the weather will be fine. What do you think the correct answer is? I have a little hint for you. There are 2 words. We have 4 answers. 5 answers, great. 6. 7 answers, well done. Okay, sun. But there wasn't sun in the vocabulary, right? So we need to use the vocabulary. Air pressure, also good. But we have barometric pressure, right? Do you remember the presentation? So we need to use the words that were in the presentation. So be very careful next time. If it was velocity, I like the answer is the sun is high, but the sun can be high. Doesn't matter if the weather is fine or not high or not fine. So it still goes, it has its root. Humidity, also good answer. Why not? But here, yeah, was hidden the barometric pressure. And velocity of something should be. It's not just velocity. Okay, great job. It's a bit challenging, I understand, but anyway, we are studying. So how to move forward? Okay. And let's continue. I know it's not so... The crops on the something died because there had been no rain for months. Do you remember how we call this place with very few trees? Let's wait for, we have 4 answers. Don't give up. I know it's not very complicated. Plain and fields. Again, please use the words that we had in the presentation. So the correct answer is plane, and we have 3 correct answers. Great job. Well done. Okay. That was number 3. We have 2 more questions. Let's start. The word studied the weather patterns and predicted that the next few days would be stormy. So here we need to remember their profession, right? Because the gap has some noun in it. Okay, we have 3 answers, great, 4 answers. So for the strongest to with the greatest desire to study participants, 6 even. Meteorologist, meteorologist, meteorologist. The correct answer is meteorologist. Great job. And if you wrote in the plural form, I count it as a correct answer. Meteorologists. I'm just wondering. So the spelling is correct. So here is there are problems. So you can also count your answers as correct. And the last one. Are you ready? So here the verb is hidden, and you don't need to change this verb anyhow. How we say, so it's like predicted, but it has a synonym of this word that we studied today. We have 1 correct answer, 1 answer, great. Let's wait, 2 answers. 4 answers, 5, great. So what are your answers? Forecast, predicted, predicted. Yeah, I told you that this is not predicted is the synonym, but we have the words from the presentation, and this is forecast. Great job. Okay, we will do next things at the end of the lesson. Oh, and you have here also the answers in the chart. Great job. Let me see. Sun, plane, meteorologist, forecast, forecast. Good. Well done. 1 more word that we need to know, this is probe. Probe, you can see it in the picture, that is a device that used to send back information from inside something. For example, we can send the probe to the space and it will collect useful information. The probe that the scientists sent into the cloud recorded useful data. So they can send it into the cloud and it will collect some data for their research. So it is called the probe. And it can have different look. Here it has like this look, and in the video this will be like a cone of the bright orange color. You will need it also. So I guess that we can continue watching our video. So now you need to watch up to 1 minute 55 seconds. So you start watching where you have finished, like from the 30 seconds, and you watch until 1 minute 55, then you pause the video. While you watch this video, think of these 6 questions. Each question has a mistake, and you need to find this mistake. So they travel around the world in search of tornadoes. They usually watch the storm from the distance 1 kilometer away from its center. The part of the storm that produces a tornado is called the tiger's cage. So be attentive, listen to this phrase. Is it tiger's cage or is there any other animal? Samara's team has 12 weather probes in their car, so you need to listen to the number. He always has time to stop and appreciate the beauty of a tornado. It will be in the end, and he needs a photographer. Why? To take pictures of the central part of a tornado. So please watch up to 1 minute 55 seconds and check and find the mistakes in each phrase. Okay, so you can also screenshot this video, these sentences, and while you watch, you will have a hint next to you, or just use your memory, which is also very important.
They're searching for information that will help scientists better forecast tornadoes. To get the data they need, Samaras and his group travel around the US. With the help of high-tech tracking devices, they hope to get closer to a tornado than anyone has ever been.
We're getting hail to find, a marble to golf ball-sized hail.
While the average storm chaser watches and takes pictures from 1 or more kilometers away, Samaras and his group head straight for the center of the storm. They want to get as close as they can to the part of the storm that produces the tornado, which is sometimes called the bear's cage.
My mission is to get right up close to it, get in its path, deploy various pressure probes. So, you know, my adrenaline is flowing.
In order to deploy his equipment quickly, Samaras keeps 6 weather probes, each weighing 45 pounds, ready to go. They're packed with instruments that measure barometric pressure, wind speed and direction, temperature and humidity. Any measurements these probes get at the center of the tornado could help scientists better understand how tornadoes form and maintain their strength.
So a lot of times, because of what I'm doing, I don't get a chance to really look out and see that tornado, just appreciate its beauty.
For that reason, it's helpful for Samaras to have a photographer with him on a tornado chase. This time it's National Geographic photographer Carsten Peter.
I understand that the video is quite fast. They don't adapt the language, but at least let's just try to have this conversation and to give your guesses. What was the year? So they travel around the world in search of tornadoes. Also, you can just watch the webinar right now, and after the webinar, you can watch it again, look through all the questions, and practice your listening skills. Because I personally watched this video 3 times and I wasn't bored, so it was really interesting. Translation of the word probe, Marina, thank you. The probe is the device that we send, for example, to the cloud, to the tornado, and it collects data, and then scientists use this data for their research. So let's just discuss the correct answers. So they travel not around the world, but they travel around the USA in search of tornadoes. Later, we will watch their routes, actually. They usually, other people watch the storm from the distance of 1 kilometer away, but they head to the center of the storm, right? So this is their task, to be as close to the tornado as possible. The part of the storm that produces the tornado is called the bear's cage, not the tigers, but the bear's cage. They have 6 weather probes in their cars. He doesn't have time to stop and appreciate the beauty of a tornado because he has to be quick to put this probe, to run away, to drive away in the safety distance. He needs a photographer. Actually, for that reason, it was told there that they need a photographer to take pictures of the view, to have this, then to enjoy the beauty of tornado. All right. So, very quickly, write to me. Is the video difficult for you to understand? Is it okay? I can say it's not easy one, but anyway, do you manage to understand at least half of the questions? A bit difficult. Yeah, Natasha, I understand you very much, but it's okay, but I'm not a student, Marina. Okay. The sound was bad. Yes, the sound was bad. That's why, for this reason, I sent you the link in your emails. You can find the link to the video and watch it with the sound that you have. Also, if you complete, so now you can just watch it, listen to discussions, and then you can watch this video one more time. And if you fill in the form, you will get the presentations with all the questions, with all the answers. So this is a great practice for your ears. And again, if you have difficulties with the problem, I'll try it at my lessons with seventh formers. We'll see. Yeah, they may be interested. Thank you, Marina. They may be interested in the content, right? So, and that's why for them, listening wouldn't be so challenging, because they can be really interested in tornado, not easy. Yeah, that's right. That's why we have it, right? Because we can practice on something that is easy for us. When did you send the link to the video? Unfortunately, nothing has come. The same email that you have when you used the link to log in. You just need to go very, very down, and there you will find this link, video до уроку. Please use it. So it was sent together with the last email. Now we will watch the bigger part of the video, but you don't need to focus on some details. Thank you, Marina, thank you very much for help. I really appreciate it. So we are a bit run out of time, but I think that we can, if you need to go, please, you can go, of course. If you have time to stay, we need about 15 minutes to finish, because the video is really long, and work with us. So you can just copy this. It won't, right? The link works, great. So, okay. Now you have only 4 questions for next 3 minutes. Watch and answer the questions. How do they want to take photos of the tornado center? So there will be explanations, actually, how to do it if the person can't do it, right? So try to understand it. You don't need to know any details, but just general information. What challenges of his job did Peter, the photographer, mention? So the photographer is given an interview. He tells about different challenges. So try to catch at least one. What does the team worry at first place? So they are talking about different things, but it will be one sentence that it says, so, but at first place, they are something. When and why tornadoes usually form, so a bit of science. There will be some explanations. Let's work with it. And I don't have the slide with the answers, so I'm expecting to listen to your answers. Oh, to read to your answers.
It was important to be in the field with the scientists and to be on the frontiers of science, yeah.
Peter wanted to be part of a mission that was attempting to discover new things. Apparently, he took that idea very seriously. He now wants to take pictures from inside a tornado, but this requires planning and preparation. First, National Geographic photo engineers design their own photographic probe and fill it with still cameras and video cameras.
They don't want to open the door while they're out there.
Then they check and recheck the probe to be sure it can survive one of these violent storms. At last, the photographic probe is ready, but deploying it is just one of the challenges Peter faces.
Yeah, for me as a photographer, the chasing is quite a big problem, because we are sitting all the time in the car. It's very speedy. We have to catch up with the clouds, and we have to zigzag around the clouds, and it's sometimes difficult to shoot or to get some time for shooting.
He then explains that the average speed of the car is between 60 and 80 miles an hour, which makes it difficult to get a good shot.
The hardest for me was to drive in situation when I passed the most unbelievable pictures. Yeah, lights and storm situations I never have seen before. I would have liked to photograph.
It was lightning. Wow.
And you have to pass them because there was the likelihood that a tornado could form. And we have to be at the right time at the target.
If the team manages to set down a probe directly in a tornado's path, will it be able to record any internal information? Or will it be destroyed by the power of the storm? At this point, no one knows. But first they must worry about other things, like is a tornado going to happen at all? In the spring, warm, humid air that is rushing up from the south sometimes collides with cooler, dry air pushing down from Canada. When this happens, fierce storms called supercells can be formed. When these supercells collide, conditions are ready for tornado formation. However, scientists still aren't certain exactly what aspects of these conditions cause a tornado to form. And although they generally form under the same conditions, tornadoes come in all shapes and sizes. Approximately 1,000 tornadoes occur every year in the US. Of these, the majority of them form in a part of the Central Plains known as Tornado Alley. This region, which is made up of about 6 states, has experienced some of the most powerful tornadoes in history. But the team still must be in the right place at the right time.
How do they want to take photos of the tornado center? So actually, Peter, the photographer, switch off the organizer sound, and there is no double sound anymore. Also, good tip. Thank you, Marina, our technical expert today. Good tips. How do they want to take photos of the tornado center, right? So they decided to decide, thanks Marina, to create the multi-camera probe, which will not only gather the information, but also will be able to take pictures. Thank you for your answers. What challenging, Irina, thanks. What challenges of his job did Peter mention? To set down the probe, probably it was one of the challenge. Speed, yes, they are driving on the big speed, on the high speed, but he has to actually take photos of these thing, and it's really complicated because he needs high professional photos. Also, he says about difficulties to go to the closer to tornado. They need to zigzag around it. He says this nice word. Thank you. What does the team worry at first place? Video plus still cameras, yes, thanks. The problem for the team Marina, thank you very much. Thank you very much for your help. And if you, after the webinar, you can come follow the link, you will join and fill in the feedback form, and we will send you all the materials from the lesson. Okay, so what does the team worry at first place? It's actually to find a tornado, yes, to right, because sometimes it can change the direction. Yeah, and why do tornadoes usually form? They say about you're welcome. Thank you for sharing, for help, for assistance. To find tornado, Anna, thank you very much. So the tornadoes form when? Usually in spring, yeah, because of the different air currents, right? The hot one, the warm one, the cold one from Canada. So they meet, and that's how they create the tornado. But they still have lots of different questions, how it can happen and so on. Now, dear colleagues, dear students, we have still 5 minutes to watch. Do we need to watch it, or shall we finish the lesson and you will watch it by yourself when you have free time? Because I understand that this is your time and we need to continue. So if you do it by yourself, so you just need to write to me yes or no in the chat box. If I see at least a yes, then we will continue. If no, we will finish the lesson, discuss something, and then you will be able to watch and do the tasks when you have time. Yes, would see by myself, Mikhailo. Okay, thank you for being honest. Yes. Okay, so I guess we can, so for 3 more yes, as I have promised. The rest of the video, plus, okay, good. The rest of the video is actually, they share their experience, they explaining the process of changing, they tell a story more, yes, okay, so we will continue. The next part, we will watch the last 5 minutes of the video. You can use the link, you can scroll up the chat, you can use this link, either you can unmute myself, me, I mean, and listen to the audio. I will maybe also turn off my microphone. By the way, it could be an answer to the questions. And so what you need to do, there are 7 statements, read them all and watch 5 minutes and decide which of them are true. I would say that lots of them are actually true. They can travel even if there is no road to reach the tornado. They usually move very quickly and pass several states. They travel a lot in search of the perfect tornado. It can take hours to wait for a tornado. So again, which of these statements are true? Sometimes a tornado can change its direction in the last minute. They found the new unexpected data in Manchester, which is in the USA, not in the England. Tornadoes still have lots of undiscovered secrets. So these are 7 sentences. You can take photos of them or print screen them. And then while you watch, you will find the answer.
First, you got to have a storm. Then you got to have a good to excellent road network and being able to get there. If you can't get there, it's no use.
It's the impossible assignment. You are trying to do something which is in a way impossible.
Certainly, it's difficult at best. Maybe like 2 days before, you can kind of narrow it down to maybe a state like Kansas. And then maybe the day before, Well, it looks like maybe north central Kansas. And so by mid to late afternoon, we'll have it down to a specific town or maybe within a 25-mile radius. We average maybe anywhere between 500 to 1,000 miles a day driving. That means I change my oil every 4 days.
The team first set out in early May towards Texas, where a promising set of conditions for a tornado existed. Over the next 6 weeks, they drove over 25,000 miles as they traveled across 8 states searching for the perfect location for a tornado. The trip was filled with long days and nights, and a lot of times when the group just sat around, waiting for something to happen.
We generally spend hours out in a field like this waiting for storms. Just, you know, the wind blowing, it's hot, and it's sticky and humid. And watching clouds go up, and there are days we're trying to watch storms. Sometimes they don't form. We'll be out there for hours. We'll watch the sun go down. No storms.
But during tornado season, things can change very rapidly. Suddenly, there's a report of a tornado nearby.
Have to work. It's great.
Samaras needs less than 10 seconds to place the probe, turn the switch on, make sure the probe is facing north, and then run quickly back to the car. He's ready, but unfortunately, the storm isn't. At the last minute, the tornado moves away, and Samaras and his team are frustrated once again. But it isn't always so frustrating. Sometimes everything comes together and the team is in the right place at the right time. At one point in the chase, Samaras takes the time to talk to reporter Lisa Ling. As he does so, he recalls a recent tornado in Manchester, South Dakota.
We just arrived in the area around 6 p.m. local time, and we heard of the tornado warning. And off to our west, probably about 15 miles, we can actually see what we call the developing wall cloud. And we knew that this storm was about to produce a tornado.
In Manchester, the storm chasers were lucky. They managed to position their probes just minutes before a huge tornado hit.
So, Tim, this was the actual probe that was
Yep, this is it. This is probe 3. You can actually tell this side of the probe was actually the one that was facing the tornado. And as you can see, there's lots of debris pockets where who knows what actually impacted the probe.
Everything else in the path of that tornado was destroyed, including houses, but somehow this remained intact and functional.
That's right.
The probe that survived the Manchester tornado provided Samaras with some very surprising new data. The barometric pressure inside a tornado drops farther than anyone had ever realized. This may help explain how some tornadoes can maintain their strength. The storm also passed directly over Peter's camera probe. However, it only recorded images from the edge of a tornado, none from inside. Still, Peter is determined to try again.
The closer I come to that type of natural phenomena, the more you detect, the more you can discover, the bigger is the fascination.
You've chased maybe 100 or more tornadoes. Is it still as exciting as always?
Absolutely, because that's the beauty of it. Every day, you don't know what's going to happen. What kind of tornado are we going to see? What kind of conditions are going to exist? What's going to happen today? You may have had a frustrating chase the day before, but the new day dawns a new set of circumstances, another chance for some terrific storms.
Okay, so everyone, thank you very much for staying still here. I understand that it may cause you some difficulties, but anyway, thank you. So which of these sentences are actually true according to the video that we have just seen? You can just give me the numbers of these correct statements. Let's try. I hope at least anyone is here. So they can travel even if there is no road to reach the tornado. Is it the true statement? They usually move very quickly and pass several states. They travel a lot in search of the perfect tornado. So is the reason for them to search the perfect tornado? It can take hours to wait for a tornado. 2, thank you, 2, 3, 5, 7. Okay, Olga, thank you. Revika, yeah, thank you, 2. Okay, what about number 3? They travel a lot in the search of a perfect tornado, or according to the video, what are they looking for? So there was nothing about the perfect tornado. They just saying that they are trying to catch the tornado, not for it not to get away in the last minute, because number 5 is correct. Yes, you are right. They found new unexpected data about the barometric pressure, that it becomes like surprisingly low or something like that. And they still have lots of undiscovered secrets. That's why this job is very interesting. So these are the correct answers. Thank you very much. Thanks, Irina. They can travel only if there is a road. They can't. That's why they have this problem, that if it is very far in the field, they can't, or they can't just reach it. They won't have time for it. Right. So this was a bit tricky one. So you can then watch it again and then try to get these ideas, because definitely this is the video that from the first time, not so easy to get. That's true. Okay, thank you very much for sharing your answers. You're on the right track. Lots of you have the correct answers, so you got lots of the message. That's wonderful. That's perfect, I would say, because really we can't do it for the first time, and actually when it is the exam, you can listen to it twice. So if you listen for this video twice, you will get much more details understood. Okay, this will be your homework. So for your homework, you can just screen it and try to complete the summary of the video clip for this. And also, the last question, let's discuss, how would you feel if someone told you that you had to take over Peter's job? So imagine someone tells you, so okay, next month you are going to be National Geographic photographer. You need to join this team of tornado chasers, and you will need to take photos of tornado. Would you agree or not agree? What would be your answer? Share your ideas, please. It's really interesting for me to know. I know my answer, but it's very interesting to compare it with your. So just several words. What would you tell? Let's just imagine that we are now all the National Geographic photographers, and we have this opportunity, maybe of a lifetime, to chase the tornado, to take great pictures. Is it dangerous? I think I can do it. Thank you. Revika. Yeah, I'm sorry if I'm not saying your name right. I'm just the first time when I see it. Okay, yes, of course, maybe you can do it. I have my exams, I have my hobbies. Yes, I'm not interested in tornadoes. Okay, I can. I'm back. And I should mention that I'm a geographer, so my answer is obvious. Oh, of course, Marina. In this case, yeah, it would be the really, I'm afraid of it, Irina. Yeah, this is my thought that probably, if not tornado, maybe just strong winds, but tornado is too complicated and don't think I'm brave enough. So among geographers, there are more brave people than from English teachers. Okay. Or students. I'm not sure. I remember who is student, who is teacher. It's too scary for me. Oh, of course. So you wouldn't do that. Okay, and the last questions. Would you be prepared to walk in extreme weather situations? Why not? So let's explain then why not. Mikhailo told us that it's too scary for him, of course. I don't think I'm brave enough also. Be prepared to work in extreme weather situations. Do we need this actually? Some people maybe are just risk takers, very scary for me. The same, yeah, really. So I'm totally with you. And I guess that we have found our one representative, which is Marina, who will explore this. So it would be a great chance for her. Okay, thank you very much for being with me today. I won't cope with it. Oh, you haven't just tried, maybe you will. The question of if you want to. So I would like to thank you all and tell that you did a really great job. Today wasn't an easy lesson, right? We had problems with the sound, the level of the video was not so easy. You practiced, you answered my questions, you were thinking about things, you were helping me. And of course, you had have your own opinion on this job as being a tornado chaser. So, bravo to everyone. Thank you very, very much. Now, a bit of advertisement. So, I was inspired by Close Up books. This is the book for the school teachers from the 7th up to the 11th form. They have different topics, not only the weather, city life also, and also they have their preparation for exams. So you will get lots of tips. And each unit, you will have one of the video like we have just observed. So these are not prepared video. These are real National Geographic videos. They are, of course, it was taken from the B1 plus level, so it was a bit complicated. For A1 plus, for A2, videos are much easier, but they're still interesting, and they really help to develop listening skills and listen to different accents, understanding different people, and they can be really interesting. There are lots of exercises. And of course, there are lots of interesting questions like the one that we have just discussed with you if you accepted this job offer. Together with the student book and workbook, there is a close-up for Ukraine, special little brochure that helps to cover all the unit topics for the program. And what else? All the videos, all the audios are online, so it's very easy to use it. And for teachers, there are lots of ideas, and if you need and if you want to, there are also an opportunity to buy students' books together with online workbook, so your students will be able to work online. Thank you very much for all your answers. If you have any questions, I will be happy to answer them. Thank you for all kind words that I can hear today. Also, if you're interested in the textbook for the next year, If you want to get the presentation as the bonus, please follow the link here. Use the third link, заповнити форму та отримати матеріали з уроку. If you mention there that you are not interested in the textbooks, we won't bother you, but if you are really looking for the new book or you need some advice, what book for your students, for your primary students, for your secondary students to choose, we'll be happy to have a conversation with you to show you what we have in National Geographic Learning and to give you some really good advice. This email you will get within an hour after this lesson. So you can use link number 1 to watch the video, link number 2 to download the certificate, link number 3 in case you want additional bonuses and presentations. I will check the form on Friday. So on Friday, I will send out emails with the presentation to the people who have completed the form. And if you're interested in some more things from National Geographic Learning, please visit the site, the last one. There you can find different board games, articles, and of course our catalog with the textbooks that we have for the teachers. So thanks again a lot. It was a pleasure to work with you today. Thank you all for being here for even longer than it was announced, and for your help, for your desire to study, for your active participation. So stay healthy. I believe that very soon all the difficult times will be, we will overcome all the difficulties. These are my contact details in case you need some assistance. And thanks again. Goodbye.